What's up, y'all? It's dark as hell in my room, actually. I need to turn the fucking light on. Let me see a one in the chat if you can hear me. Ah. That's a lot of ones. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. So what's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? Everyone having a good time? Hello, Julito. Julita. Yes, ma'am. Working. Okay, okay. Vibing on a night shift. All right. Nice. We love to see it. Drawing while the stream is going. Yeah, I was briefly possessed by Megan Thee Stallion. My hottie took over. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm tired as fuck. I don't know why. Well, I know why. It's because I took a sleeping medication that I'm not supposed to be taking anymore because I wasn't sleeping for like a week straight. And it's been giving me crazy lethargy. Or lethargy. I don't know how to say it. Lethargy. English, the rules don't matter. Everything is made up. It's so pawned over. Thank you, allegedly cult leader, for the 10 pounds. Low-key, it is pawned over. I ain't even gonna lie. Lethargic. Yeah, I feel really lethargic. I just think that lethargic and like lethargy are spelled are pronounced differently, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Fuck this language. But I was really tired, but I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to lock in. Someone says I'm quiet. Am I quiet, y'all, or am I at a normal volume? Because I think it might just be, you know, whatever your device you're on, unfortunately. Here, let me put on some tunes real quick while we chat before we get into watching the video. I sound fine? Okay. So y'all, I have like a coffee drink with me because I've been drinking coffee drinks because I've been tired because I haven't been sleeping, you guys. But don't worry, we're here to get woke. Okay? So the tiredness will fade as we become woker and woker. But yeah, I am gonna stop taking that sleep medication because it makes me so lethargic the day after. It's like a hangover. But first, before we get into Spoctor and Ponder and Toastify's videos on them, do we want to talk about the last stream I did? The one I did on Psy? Oh, also, I may be a bit tired because yesterday was a very emotional day for positive reasons. A very emotionally intense day for good reasons, for positive reasons, not bad reasons, so don't worry. And then I got high off of an edible and then streamed Cuphead. Okay, I want to detail a little bit of stuff that happened during the Psy Scribble stream. Basically, one of the things that was going on during that stream is I called her out for basically sexualizing the relationship between Lio and I. Where she was saying, like, oh, he's grooming you. you're his Discord kitten, have fun being, you know, abused and discarded, basically. Like, just crazy shit, especially for someone of her age of 43 to be saying. Just like completely irrational, completely creepy, completely unorthodox behavior. Oh my goodness. Spock Rizzle, thank you for the $9.99. I was helping Toast research for his first Spock video, and I watched the first Ponder video with him on call, and we couldn't believe its issues. That's what made us suspicious and look deeper. Completely understandable. The video was pretty bad. She's 43. I don't know why she acts like this. And she also got called out for using not Kiwi Farms, lolcow as a source for the kind of bullshit she was spreading about me. Are we gonna get more perfect Marvel Rivals gameplay? Not right now. Oh, no. Sai is 43. And so from there, I basically, you know, took that and was like, why are you sexualizing me as a grooming victim for something so baseless? Like, you're a piece of shit for that. And we kind of got into a fight on Twitter a couple nights ago that didn't really go anywhere. Side deflected a lot. She tried to put onus on me again. She tried to say that the grooming isn't sexual because there are non-sexual definitions of grooming, but that's clearly not what she was saying. By saying, you know, that like, oh, you're his Discord kitten. Like, that obviously is has sexual connotations. Very clearly. Sai can be delusional. She can try and deny it. She can try and say, oh, I never meant that. And we'll see that she tried to deny that. But Sai's a fucking idiot. And we all know exactly what she meant. She's just trying to cover her ass. Sai is a YouTuber named Sai Scribbles who is really stupid and immature and creepy for her age. She has allowed minors to witness and see inappropriate stuff in her server. She has treated what she considers CSEM as a joke and something to laugh at. And she's just like an all-around bad person. Yeah, it's just pivoting off of a definition. So someone else, one of my oomphs, you know, one of my followers, oomphy, tried to call this out in here and said, girl, you use lolcow as a source. And Sai says, and that makes it okay for the CC people to snidely call me a lesbian woman, he or they. First of all, they applies to everyone. They is a gender neutral pronoun. It applies to any person. Hello, yes, hi, hello. And hello, Blake. And hello, Clover Bites. So as we see here, Sai just deflects again immediately. Because that's her MO, is to deflect and say, oh, but what about what these other people are doing? Not me, these other people. Hi, Karyes. And even then they were called out again and says, but you're fine with calling Chuli Layo's kitten even though you are in your 40s. And like, real quick, like, this is a completely reasonable hypocrisy to be calling out, because you're just like, oh, the CC people are misgendering me. Look at how bad they are. But you're literally taking data from lolcow, which is like full of racists, full of transphobes, full of insert bigot here. So like, you're not allowed to morally grandstand, like when you're willing to take data from people like that and be like, and like gossip, by the way, not even hard data, just gossip. You're willing to take gossip from people like that with no, you know, disavowing of the people. But then you're going to turn around and be like, it's so bad that you're misgendering me. Sai, since you were so concerned with me disavowing Gilded Pooh for playing his video when I was obviously fucking uncomfortable, and talked about how his R-word jokes are fucking bad and how they gross me out, because I was just trying to see the hard, like, visual data that he was providing. Why aren't you disavowing lolcow's bigotry when you're using them as a source? You know, I'm just curious why you're being such a blatant, stupid fucking hypocrite. You know, and I feel like that's a fair question to ask. And, you know, it seems like when you were confronted about it here in less words, you thought you could deflect. So, you know, I'm here to put the heat on a little bit more, you know, ask it a little bit more in depth, you know, get some consistency on you, because I think your moral grandstanding is just a way to paint your enemies, to paint the people who disagree with you, to paint your ops in a bad light, so that you can try and discredit them. And, you know, I may be like 21 years younger than you, but I know your game and I'm immune to it, so fuck you. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Miriam Neptune, thank you for the $10. She always deflects and never addresses things. She is like a politician. And so here's like some truly like delusional shit that she thought we were gonna buy. This person calls out, "Oh, but you're fine calling Chuli Lyo's kitten even though you are in your 40s." And she says, "Lyo Convoy, Catman, has a Discord called the Cat Slayer, has a gaggle of younger people around him, kittens." So she's trying to be all like, "Oh, I'm just calling them kittens because, you know, his persona is a lion. And, you know, baby lions are called kittens." And it's like, baby lions are actually called cubs, you fucking moron. And like, this is bullshit. We all know what you're getting at. This is the jar black SpongeBob excuse where he was like, "Oh, I just used the black SpongeBob," or the editor just used it because we thought Kai sounded like SpongeBob. And it's like, that's just it's bullshit. We're seeing through that you're just trying to come up with an excuse on the fly, and you're really bad at it. So fuck that and fuck you. We all know what you're doing. We all know you're playing into the whole like, oh, Discord kitten thing, because it's what lolcow, the place that you use as a source. It's the place that you use as a source. That's what they do. They call me a Discord kitten. Yeah, Discord kitten is a known term, so I would know. Exactly. She's just bullshitting. She's just throwing bullshit at the wall and seeing what sticks. And guess what? It's not sticking, girly pop. I'm smarter than you. I think the vast majority of us are smarter than you. Because, goddamn, you're an idiot if you thought this was gonna fly. Okay. I think I'm pretty much done with Psy. Let's talk about Spoctor. Oh, Walter Chevron, thank you for the £5. Psy is either trying to help Lyle build his fan base like Mariah with butterflies, or just trolling. Both are very odd. Exactly. You know, if Psy was just trolling, I would feel better about this, but like, she's like legit. She's like, she thinks we're gonna buy that. Oh, hello, Savvy. Our friend Garbo. If our friend Garbo does show up, good for him. We stan Garbo in this house. We don't stan his takes, but we stan his audacity. Animal Crossing music. What are you, gay? Potentially. There's been rumors. Oh my goodness. God, I gotta wake up. I am like so disoriented. Reading chat is something I am not able to do super well right now. I'm so sorry, chat, that like, if like I miss all your messages. I'm just like very out of it. My eyes are physically strained. So me trying to read things might not be the easiest thing in the world. But question real quick, you guys, do you want to see dogs and cats? Because I got sent some pictures yesterday. We have a dog. Look at how cute she is with that little flower on her head. This is a friend of mine's pet. And then we have even more critters to show. Someone next door just screamed, ew. Okay. I present to you critters. So small. These are from a user named Will S, who showed us some animals last night when I was high and playing Cuphead. Let me just pull them up again real quick. And I'll also show, because they took a picture of something called an emotional support pickle and wanted me to show it. And they did donate, so I'm doing as they asked. Here we have a cat. And then a dog. And then the emotional support pickle. I will always be around you to let you know that you are a big deal. A dog. 2 dogs. A cat. And a dog. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Oh, shit. Creatures, creatures, creatures. Everyone is liking the dogs. I want to show off a dog. I have an amazing photo of him. Send it to me on Twitter, I guess. Anyways, who wants to see me run Spoctor Tech off the internet? Or who wants to see when I did that? When I caused Spoctor to run. Okay, everyone wants to see it. Alright, so, here's this little shit on Twitter. He says, good to finally hear from you. And then someone named Wagons says, why did you keep CP, bro? And then text says, I didn't keep it. I was a kid at the age of 16 doing I shouldn't online. I deleted everything when I was 18, and I'm 23 years old now. And then Wagons reminds him and says, even then it's illegal to have CP, period, even as a kid, which is true. And then Spoctor responds saying, I'd been approached by a police investigator a year and a half ago about the community. He was doing a welfare check. I talked about a handful of the people that groomed me. He's well aware of the accusations. He told me my hands are clean and that I did what I was supposed to do. And then Wagons says, it's hard to believe a police investigator came up to you. Either way, legality doesn't equal morality. Maybe legally you're right, but morality-wise it's still fucked up. Text says, came to my doorstep in uniform with a badge. It's honestly not too hard to believe considering the circumstances. It was an investigation. It's fucked up what I did as a kid. Yeah, I can't go back and change it, but insinuating I'm a predator is disingenuous and wrong. And I respond, you were 18, shut the fuck up. Because it's true. When was this? This was on September 9th. Girly Pop, it says the dates. And he thinks that he can still run with the angle of, oh, I just did it when I was 16 and then I forgot about it and then I, found it when I was 18 and was like, oh my god, this is horrible, I need to delete this, because that's not what happened. And like even Wagon right here is saying, Evidence states you had it till you were 18, buddy. You can't escape your past. People are finding out every day on YouTube. And I quote retweeted him. And I said, you solicited naked pictures of her when she was 14 and you were 18. Your secret is up. Ponder gave us everything. And then bro privated his account. Feels good to be a bad bitch. Yes, Spoctor is a predator. Yeah, the Manus video, like, exposed him. It didn't do it very well, but it exposed him. Yeah, no, he was collecting the CSEM from when he was 16 to when he was 18. He didn't forget about it and then throw it away in panic once he realized what was on it. He added to the collection when he was a legal adult. And that is what has led us here today, because we're going to watch Toastify's videos on Spoctor, and I'm gonna be so for real, you guys. If I don't stop being tired, we might watch this video, take a break, come back, and then watch the next video. Is that something that you guys would be okay with? We would still do everything today. It's just we would have like a minor break for me to take a nap or something, if the tiredness doesn't fade off. We have a dog. Sounds good? Okay, everyone's fine with that? Good to hear, good to hear. Alright, so let's get into Toastify's video. Is everyone ready? Just here for the ride, for real. Love to see that. Love to hear it. Okay, everyone's ready? Nice. Also, not here to tut-tut you guys, but like there's 180 viewers and only 19 likes. So if you're watching and enjoying the stream right now, please like the video. Okay, and then let's go ahead and start off with Toastify's first video, Spoctor Tech, Hidden in Plain Sight. Speed it up a little bit.
Anyone from the
Being a predator at 18 is like suicide bombing at the starting line. That is a crazy fucking thing to say.
art commentary community, or ACC, will tell you it was always a hectic mess. This online collective of artists critiquing each other for their art had spiraled out of control over the years. The pockets of infighting between these creators lasted for so long that by the end, it left barely anyone standing. Most of the viewers couldn't even remember why it had begun. You could say that this was all predictable, but it was easy to lose focus in a swirling mess of videos and claims thrown back.
That fucking thumbnail is crazy. Why did they make her fat?
Back and forth. The calm voices of reason seemed to be a breath of fresh air, and one of them was Spoctor. Also known as Spoctor Tech, for many years, Spoctor's channel was a living success story. What began as a young artist poking fun at others had transformed into a pillar stone for his community. Between these two events were a flurry of devastating allegations that became infamous due to their scale and how vindictive the accusers turned out to be.
We're gonna go all the way back to fucking 2017, you guys. The hellish year that kicked off a lot of this. This is the first video. Yes. No.
the clearing of those allegations became somewhat of a gold standard in the community for years to come, and from then onwards, Spoctor changed his content and tried to be more neutral. He took a far more thoughtful and considerate view towards his subjects, something rarely seen in the ACC at all. But Spoctor's presentation of himself became more and more dubious, and unbeknownst to almost everyone, he was hiding a secret reminiscent of his past. When others called his nature into question, it was only a matter of time until that secret was finally revealed. Those who have paid attention to Spoctor's story remember it as somewhat of a tragedy that came out of nowhere. Yet, throughout his...
How did it get so bad for you to be a pred at 18? We're gonna find out. Another question. I don't know if I would go that far, Deep Sea Monster. We're still collecting the data. But it's technically possible, as much as that breaks my heart.
Career, there always seemed to be hints of what was going on. A man not exactly what he presented himself as, yet still insulated by his reputation.
That's a cool-ass effect.
Despite being pretty open about his emotions later down,
a lot of people are disappointed in Ponder right now. I personally kind of hate her right now.
Spoctor has never given us much insight into his early life. We know he was born April 10th, 2001, and for a long time his channel's About section only read saying he was an animation enthusiast, huge raptor lover. We're also aware he has ADHD
and lover of minors,
and would later become a furry, maybe influenced by his online activity. Spoctor first began posting to YouTube under the name of Spatic Tech, as early as 2013. Don't get your hopes up though, these aren't much but mere videos of speed paints. It wasn't until late 2016 that he began posting more critical videos on his new channel, Spoctor Theory.
The first thing that I'd like to address is that people think that this kind of shit is comedy.
I forgot about the voice changer. I forgot he used to deepen his voice like this. Oh my god.
Now, if you ask me, I didn't find anything.
Oh yeah, he's made appearances at FurCons. That pedophile is around.
Comedic about going to someone's character and telling them that they absolutely looks like complete shit.
Spoctor's videos came from platforms like DeviantArt, and the rants that those creators would make on each other. For a couple of months, he didn't see much, but his big break was from an arising community at that time known as the animation meme community. This was a new generation of online artists who posted animations based on short clips and music. And as they were all pretty young, it's obvious that bad videos and pointless drama would happen. Spoctor's coverage was the perfect whirlwind, and these videos would launch his career into stardom. Even at this point, his takes appeared to be a lot more measured on serious topics, a pretty good sign for a 15-year-old, although he was still hiding behind a voice filter, either for anonymity or to sound tough, don't know which one.
The no square meme shows a character with a square or rectangle around their genital area.
Yeah, but if you pay attention to what they're saying, it obviously doesn't promote sexual. It's telling them to not let people touch them there. I mean, it's still a joke and it's taken lightheartedly.
This is so painful to watch. Do you guys remember how simple the drama used to be? This is kind of taking me out. The fact that this used to be the drama. It wasn't like, oh, these people are literal predators, or oh, these people are like horrific bigots defending predators, or whatever the fuck. Back then, it was like, this meme is called bipolar. And it's about, you know, flipping between two extremes. That is ableism. I miss the simplicity of another life. Mako-chan, thank you for the $5. Happy people finally realize both Spoctor and Punter are both extremely petty people who has to go after children to make themselves feel tough. I mean, I think Spoctor also fucked children to make himself feel tough. I miss when drama was just people being stupid. It used to be so blissful. Cause like, why did this make a career? Why did this video get 500,000 views of a man being like, the no-no square isn't offensive because it's about how you shouldn't touch the no-no square without consent. Like, the fact that the no-no square drama was even a thing. God, fuck my life. I hate growing up.
But if you take away the jokes behind it, the actual message in the lyrics is legit.
Even whilst blowing up off this drama, Spoctor didn't immediately cash in. He would often provide a variety of content, including gaming and videos about general art issues. But let's not sugarcoat it, he was still cheaply making fun of kids. Nothing out of the ordinary for that
True.
time, but it was his bigger series. Badly Done Videos was its name, and he would make very surface level critiques on videos made by children. His audience would then rip apart these subjects in their section. Within a year, Spoctor had gathered a very respectable subscriber count of around 70,000. Even at the age of around 16, he'd gained a pretty loyal
That was the thumbnail. That was the profile picture he had, I'm pretty sure. When he got canceled the first time. When hiding behind Julie from a grown man. Who are you talking about? Because I'm pretty sure I think I know what you're talking about, but I just want confirmation.
fan base, and a community of like-minded ranters had opened up around him. One of them was a very early friend known as the Names Junkie. Junkie was one of Spoctor's oldest friends, and actually preceded him in his style of rant videos. Spoctor would also befriend Fagos, a pretty good
Oh my god. What fucking world are we in?
editor for the time, known for his series Animation Memes Without Music. Outside of those two, Spoctor had connections with a lot of other creators around the whole space.
Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Let's try and figure out
Memes
each
Without
one
Music.
of them.
Outside of
Oh my god, that's D'Angelo. He still exists.
those two, Spoctor
Pufferfish or something. I forget that. Yeah, Pufferfish. Jewish guy. Oh, okay.
had connections
Kitty dog.
with a lot
Some guy.
of other
Pastaru,
creators
apparently. I don't know who that
around
is. Majira
the whole
Strawberry. Ponder. Turkey Tom.
On April 10th, 2018,
Fagos-
Spoctor
oh,
reached his
God.
17th birthday. 8 days later, his career was in ruins.
Wait.
His career was on April 10th, 2018. Spoctor reached his 17th birthday.
Okay.
8 days later, his career was in ruins.
Turkish Tom.
It was on that fateful day of April 18th that two major videos were released about Spoctor, both with the same title, a warning: stay away from Spoctor theory. The video with the most evidence was posted by Atari.
Pastaru was also a freak to kids? Oh no. Spoctor looks like— oh my god, he looks like Jimmy from Scary Godmother. That's fucked up.
Another up-and-coming ranter whose videos were far more focused on art than drama. The other video was from a former friend of Spoctor's, who was once within his inner friend circles. Her name was Pentagrin. Pentagrin was certainly the more interesting of the two. Her channel was much smaller than most, and her content wasn't the best. But her respect came from how friendly and understanding she
He really said, you know, she was around, she wasn't that good. Majiro was the most popular furry at one point. Hi, Jack. Hope you're doing well.
was with other
He's like, damn, she was around and her content was ass, but she was nice, so people kept her around.
creators. That was what made her career, and that was what made people stand up when she and Atari were cutting ties with Spoctor. Atari and Pentagrin's videos levied three main allegations against Spoctor. They first showed some sexual DMs that Spoctor had only a month prior, with an anonymous girl only described as a young teenager.
I'm gonna speed through this part, because, like, we all know about this.
The girl claimed Spoctor was trying to get her to hide
What happened to Atari? She left. She's just living life, you know?
her relationship with him from her boyfriend, and in the DM she said she was uncomfortable, yet he did not stop. Spoctor asked nudes from this girl and sent nudes of himself to her. The next allegation came from his ex-girlfriend, who said that Spoctor had also ignored her discomfort and falsely claimed blackmail. She also claimed that Spoctor had said inappropriate things to 13-year-olds. Pentagrin also brought up a related allegation of Spoctor being weird around a 12-year-old. The final set of allegations concerned Spoctor's public behavior. Spoctor had been promoting NSFW artwork and contest, despite never disclosing he was still a minor at the time. This was an issue because it could have had repercussions for the adults unknowingly participating in sending NSFW to a minor.
It really wouldn't have. God, that was such a stupid point. You unknowingly drew porn for a minor who asked for it while hiding the fact that he was a minor. Like, you're not gonna get in trouble for that.
There was also a claim of Spoctor
And also, like, the character is an adult. So, like, the character, like, of Spoctor Theory is an adult. He was a big green tree lizard assassin man.
not paying his artists and trying to intimidate an art thief on DeviantArt.
Why was that included? Why was that included? Guys, this man is a sexual degen, but he also, he doesn't pay his artists. Hello? Hello. What were the priorities?
video was much shorter than Atari's, but it didn't matter if it was. This system of sword and shield was pretty effective. Atari was the sword with all the evidence, and Pentagon was the shield, as a former friend of Spoctor's endorsing the allegations meant a lot. Both videos outright stated that Spoctor was a legitimate threat, a groomer, and a sexual predator. Another thing that helped was that both videos seemed
God damn it.
to allude to this not being the end of the allegations. Atari said there were 5 other people who came forward, Pentagon upped that number to more than 7. Both videos quickly spread like wildfire throughout the art community, with several people coming out in support. Within a few hours, Spoctor posted a statement to his channel, in which he conceded to all the allegations made against him. He makes a few defenses, saying his actions were an accident and driven by hormones and irresponsible impulses, yet the 1 HP voice wasn't alleviating much of the damage.
And I didn't see that when.
The 1 HP boys. Ponder's career or them in general are definitely cooked. Yup. You saw my old pentagram? The NSFW art. Did I include NSFW art on the video? I'm pretty sure I censored anything back in the day.
Talking to these people, I put them in this situation where it's like, if I don't do what he's asking, he's not gonna like me, and I look up to this guy, so I should do what he's saying.
I feel like that's a reasonable thing to be sorry for. If that was what was happening, you can be genuinely manipulative and abusive to people and put them in a position where they have to come to terms with the fact that it's unsafe to have conflict with you, because there are friendships where it is unsafe, it is unwise to have conflict with someone. That's the kind of situation I was in with Faghost. It was unsafe for me to have conflict with them because they threatened their life on me. They threatened to turn people against me. They went behind the scenes. They would have, they would stalk me. So yes, it is a legitimate reason to be sorry if you realize, oh fuck, I put these people in a position where they couldn't say no. It just has to be proven that you put them in that position, and unfortunately, there was never any proof that Spoctor did put them in that position. Oh, it was old Spock. Oh, okay.
A few hours
The same guy who ran a... Yeah, exactly, Mimi.
of the apologies upload, the like to dislike ratio was around 50%, and people were unsubscribing en masse. To make things worse, the parties behind the scenes who had remained anonymous were unhappy with Spoctor's apology and decided to come out. The first of them was Spoctor's ex-girlfriend Ghosty, who made videos showing a lot more evidence than she
Ghost is non-binary, by the way.
had before. Not many new claims were made here, but some of this evidence meant a lot more than it had before. The real nuke was just after, when the anonymous young teenager came out and showed a few more DMs. The evidence, though, was not the eye-catcher. It was her identity. The anonymous girl was known as Stories, another somewhat known branch from the community who had claimed multiple times publicly that she was only 8 years old. To the audience, this added such a dark undertone to the...
Ugh. I'm sorry, it was always funny to me. Like, for a long time, the, like, I'm 8 meme. But, like, we have to be so for real. Like, I'm, like, almost 23. This shit is fucking hilarious. Just, like, trolling people into thinking that you're an 8-year-old. That's actually funny as fuck.
the entire situation. Stories' video showed her scrolling through her DMs of Spoctor, showing new DMs that added to the fact that she was uncomfortable. And to remind you, Spoctor had sent her nudes and asked for some back. Over the next few days, many people came out to make their own videos, jumping on the trend and reiterating the allegations against Spoctor. It's unknown how many subscribers he lost exactly during these days, but we can make an estimated guess that it was over 10,000. The videos against Spoctor began to rack up hundreds of thousands of views, and he received all the hate in the world for being this abusive, disgusting pedophile. But something wasn't right. Whilst the allegations against Spoctor seemed damning on paper, there were issues. For one, no one who people took seriously believed Stories was 8. She'd claimed she was 8, but everyone apart from her fans and Pentagram wasn't buying that. Her content and how she acted was very unfamiliar to an 8-year-old. And I mean, of course, how on earth is an 8-year-old gonna be in the community making drama content and gaining a few thousand subscribers? They have
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Why did people think that, like, an 8-year-old is gonna be doing anything other than playing, like, Barbie's Horse Girl Adventures? Why did people believe that? Why were people so stupid?
have been cases where very young people have managed to get a following whilst being critical of others. The best example would be LT Corbis or Soph, who was only around 11 to 12 when she started blowing up on YouTube.
Yeah, 11. Also,
But 8 years
Get
old
her
is
off
such an
the
insane
screen.
jump. Stories did not
Okay, I don't want to have an 11-year-old on screen. Sorry. But like, what the fuck? 8, not even double digits yet. I can't even remember life that well before I became double digits. Also, my chat died. Like, the window for my chat died. Pulling it back up. Playing in the mud, exactly. Eating dirt. Not in the DeviantArt ranting community. That's second grader. You know what I was doing when I was like 10? And it wasn't even, it wasn't even until I was like 10 years old. I was uploading little shitty Let's Play videos of Pikmin and fucking Wario World from the GameCube by setting a camera up on a TV tray and putting like the camera on and recording the screen. That's what I was doing at 10. No fucking 8-year-old is downloading all these video assets and like putting together like rant videos. Like, go play Cooking Mama.
not act like an 8-year-old. Repeated references to stuff she experienced a few years back when she would have been like 4.
Oh yeah, man. I remember having interpersonal drama. That was back when I was in preschool. That was back when I was... What the fuck, bro?
Most of the adults suspected that she was in reality around 13 to 14 years old, but it's absurd that anyone believed an 8-year-old could be an actual public figure like this, and it won't surprise you to know that it was later revealed as a lie. You'd think if Stories was actually 8 years old,
no
the
shit.
main accusers would be stressing the fuck out of that point. And there was never a DM shown of her saying that she was 8 to Spoctor. With Ghosty, the DM she showed said that her and Spoctor were 14 and 16 respectively, which is nowhere near enough to claim grooming or pedophilia. The claims in general were
Yeah, I don't think that 14... I think like a 2-year age gap is probably the biggest age gap that I'm okay with between minors. And that's only between, like from 15 onward. Maybe 14. For 14, I say you should only be with, like, a 15 or 16-year-old at the very most. But, like, honestly, why the fuck are you dating at that point? You don't... I don't get it. I didn't start dating until I was an adult. And even then, it was with my groomer. But like, yeah, anything more than 2 years is like fucked up between minors, in my opinion. Like, that's 13 and 16. That's 15 and 18. That's me and Avi's age gap. That's fucked. That's fucked. Bad. Ew. Ugly.
incredibly unreliable on further look. The main thing the accuser stressed was discomfort, yet in the screenshots barely any of that comes across. It's mostly just sexual DMs sent by Spoctor, and in some instances these people reciprocate to him. When you consider the allegation of discomfort, showing only one person's side of it is incredible cutting of context, and at the time where it was shown, it seemed like there was something more to it. When Stories claimed she was uncomfortable 3 times, Spoctor's responses were never shown at all, and she seems to be happy in the following DM. The other claims attached range from total hearsay statements with no evidence.
My first real relationship was at 15. See, like, that's normal. There's a reason why a lot of Romeo and Juliet laws only go down to, like, 15. Because, like, younger than that, it's like, what are you doing? Stay in school. Do your homework.
Or reputable name attached to them.
You've been in puberty for, like, what, 2 years? At this point, 2-3 years, you don't know what's going on.
2 outright falsehoods. With the NSFW art contest, Spoctor had specifically clarified that he didn't want anything explicit or overtly lewd, so it wasn't really NSFW then, was it? It took a few days, but some of the bigger creators began to question the allegations against Spoctor. These included PK Russell,
Never dated in high school. Single life forever.
Manga Carmen, and Just a Robot. But it really started with Ponder Sprocket, who up until this point was a relatively unknown art YouTuber. Her video was vital in actually establishing the suspicion against these allegations, and she also talked to the artists who Spoctor accused of not paying. Ponder went deep into this wave of videos, going after everyone and debunking their points one by one. Even the little kids who filmed their paper drawings as visuals. Regardless, there were now some serious...
Oh, the second Spoctor video was ass.
questions towards the most serious claims against Spoctor by bigger YouTubers. They gave Spoctor a lifeline of sorts, and he began to talk. He came in contact with PK Russell and showed him the real DMs behind this very one-sided presentation by
Yeah, that was the, like, smoking gun. This was it. This, like, changed a lot of stuff.
Stories. The real truth showed him being far more considerate towards Stories' discomfort and backing away. Spoctor would then come back to the public and retract his apology.
Surprisingly, I had a relationship that lasted from 11 to 14. The person I was with is so 14. Ew. Sparkers, well, I don't know about that. Ew. Sorry, just 14 and 17 is like, those are very different periods of life. But if it started like really young, 11, why are you dating at 11? That's not okay. Gotta hop out. Bye, AJ Eisenberg.
showing that Stories was much more willing to engage with him than she had let
And
on.
I'm not judging you for that. I want to make that clear. I'm just like, I'm judging the circumstances.
He also stated that Stories was actually 14 years old. Right before our eyes, it looked like these allegations were coming apart of the threads, but Stories and Pentagon still tried to claim
It was with the 60-year-old on DeviantArt? Girly Pop, you were groomed. That's a 9th grader with a 5th grader. Exactly. Exactly, Jack. Just a slurf. Thank you for the $5. Fun fact, Jar was against Spoctor at first in a video on J/Blue Bones channel when they dated, but quickly switched up. I remember that, actually. Oh yeah, that was when he was dating Jay.
it was all victim blaming. Meanwhile, Atari at this point has seen the light and apologized after Ponder's first video came out. She rescinded her coverage and even made up with Spoctor.
I dated in primary school and it got me a punch. Y'all were not dating in primary school. Y'all were cosplaying. Y'all were role playing.
Ghosty soon followed suit. Suddenly, the tides were changing. On May 10th, 2018, not even a month after the allegations were made, PK Russell uploaded a video about some leaks he and Ponder had obtained. During their investigations, an artist by the name of Mimi Duggs contacted Ponder with a lot of new information.
Mimi Duggs. Mimi, are you still in chat? I'm sorry. Mimi, I hope you're still in chat, because what do you mean, Mimi Duggs?
Leaks he and Ponder had obtained. During their investigations, an artist by the name of Mimi Duggs
Mimi Duggs. Douglas Mimi.
contacted Ponder with a lot of new information. Atari, Pentagon, and Stories had been planning this whole takedown on Spoctor for months prior. In fact, before Spoctor, they were aiming to pile on another creator known as Digby the Goat, but their eyes turned against Spoctor. But why? Why would Pentagon, for example, turn on Spoctor just like that? Well, during early 2018, people were going at Stories because they felt she was lying about being 8. Pentagon was wholeheartedly backing her during all of this and defended her.
Okay, realistically, they shouldn't have been going at Stories, because she was, like, only, like, 14. So, like, I don't get why they were going at her. They should have just been saying, hey, this girl isn't 8. End of story. There was no reason to, like, go at her.
This caused Just a Robot to make a video where he states the obvious and called Pentagon an idiot. In DMs, Spoctor had always expressed that he didn't think Stories was 8 years old, and posted a comment voicing his appreciation for Jar's video. This is why Pentagon went after Spoctor. She was furious that Spoctor didn't agree with her point, and praised the video that called her out. That's it. And from the DMs leaks, thanks to Atari and Mimi's cooperation, her pettiness and annoyance was palpable. She involved herself in the plotting, and was salivating at seeing Spoctor's subscriber count drop. So, if Pentagon's motives...
It's true. She did that with me. Hi, Goat Cato. Hello, Glup Cato. Mimi Diggums. Do either of you want to spot in on the stream, by the way? I wouldn't mind company. Ugh, just because I'm tired. But totally chill if not. Primary school dating was a nightmare. I tried that relationship over the adult I dated as a minor. Jesus Christ.
were because Spoctor annoyed her. What were Stories? Well, first things first, these leaks unequivocally proved what everyone was thinking. Stories wasn't 8, Spoctor didn't think she was 8 either. Stories was 14 years old.
I can Mimi dig it. Punish Bucket. I remember that quote. I think that was in a video I edited at like 17. I also edited some weird shit. Do you guys want to see something that I edited? Oh, fuck! That video is taken down. Shit! I need to see if we can find it real quick. And the reason why I dived headfirst into schoolwork and essentially left the community became a furry. Wait, Goat, do you want in? I can definitely bring you in if you want in. I'm trying to find the fucking thing. I think it was the first part. Oh, here it is.
Please do not harass or attempt to intimidate any.
I just want you guys to know that I edited this together when I was... Oh, you're at work right now? Oh, okay. Mimi, do you want on call? I edited this when I was 17, by the way. I just want you guys to know
people
this.
mentioned in this video, Ponder Sprocket commentaries are intended as critiques
And I ran it by her and she approved it.
of situations or behaviors based on the information available. They are meant to showcase previous false narratives so that others are encouraged. As in this video, don't take it as solid legal advice.
Oh, that was good. Finally got that done with. On to the next. Fuck, what happened to the lights? Hello? Hello?
Just watch this. Watch this nonsense. Slight NSFW warning.
Get back if you know what's good for you! I have tentacles!
Sorry. That still gets me.
Ponder, what the frick?
For all that is wicked and sullied in the world, don't scare me like that, Stone!
Mimi, is that a yes or a no?
I just wanted to help you put a close on the situation.
And you have to do that by giving me a heart attack?
Trust me. That's the least scary I can get. But
This is so cringy. I'm so sorry. This is so cringy.
the evidence I have will scare you even more.
Oh, bringing a call back to Spooky Month, are we? What are we, like, more than halfway through the new year? I can Mimi dig it.
Fucking Mimi! You reminded me of this. And now we're showing it on stream.
So, do you care to join me?
What if I say no?
This scar could be used for much more than intimidation.
Oh, honey, you know exactly how my content works.
What if we all died? Why did she allow that? Why did she see my 17-year-old play into her joke and do that and be like, this is right, this is okay? Fuck my life, bro. Oh, I hate this shit so much. Thank you, Mimi, for reminding me of its existence. Oh, we're actually gonna call them right now.
Dude. Oh, dude.
Fuck!
I don't like that at all.
I hate that, actually. That was horrendous. Okay, let's keep going.
And she and Pentagon knowingly planned out this lie of being vague about
Oh,
her
wait,
age
I got a
to smear
screen
Spoctor.
share.
Stories also
Shut up, Toastify. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Hi, chat.
Everyone say hi to Mimi. Everyone Mimi dig it.
Mimi Doug's.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Mimi Douglas.
also admitted to being dishonest about her feelings in a conversation
Yes, Parfait Madness, yes. That is exactly what happened.
with Spoctor, despite saying otherwise in her video. Ponder's third video even showed that Stories' boyfriend at the time was older than Spoctor.
If I speak.
Mhm.
If I speak right here.
With Spoctor, despite saying otherwise in her video. Ponder's third video even showed that Stories' boyfriend at the time was older than Spoctor, as more of the leaks
If I speak on Story's boyfriend.
You may.
So, Story's boyfriend back then was someone by the name of Kyra. Also went by Cardiamente, and nowadays goes by Echo Chamber. I have reason to believe that they're a predator. Because I was friends with them when I was younger. I want to say I was about 16 and they were 19. And Stories is younger than me by a decent amount. Oh, who up Mimiing their digs? Thank you, alleged cult leader, for the £5. I don't know if I can say this story necessarily. I will try and figure out if I can get confirmation on this. But I have reason to believe that Kyra / Echo Chamber is a predator. Because I'm pretty sure that Echo was like 3.5 years older than Stories.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it's evil. I will... Kyra also told me about their kink, which is like their entire brand now. Kyra, trigger warning for absolutely everyone in the chat, and also Mimi Diggs. I was a minor. Kyra was an adult. And Kyra used to tell me about how they would shove a bike pump up their ass to fuel... to fuel their inflation fetish. I was doomed. There wasn't a single normal person that I was around. There wasn't a single normal person that I was around as a minor. Except Kylie. Clown teeth. Like, this shit is so fucked. Oh, God.
I'm
Came
so
out,
sorry
they showed
for
that Stories
you.
was
Oh, God.
a completely malicious actor who claimed to have been planning this out for a year. In these messages, she acts like a vindictive power trip mastermind. Her plan was to break the ranter community cycle and use the people she worked with as pawns to create more chaos. I don't know if I can believe this because it sounds so absurd and unlikely, but I'm struggling to find any more explanation here that she expressed. And with that, the final nail was in the coffin. Soon after, Stories and Pentagon deleted everything and vanished. To summarize, Spoctor wasn't a groomer or a pedophile. You can say he was weird for what he did, but people didn't feel comfortable ascribing such a destructive label to him with what they had seen. The evidence wasn't sufficient enough.
I forgot this animatic. I'm pretty sure this animatic was like that stupid fucking clip from BoJack Horseman about how, like, I don't forgive you. Fuck.
And the
Oh, yeah, I
backlash she'd
remember.
originally gotten
I remember this.
This shit happened so long ago. These are like ancient memories.
The
It
artist so good.
was. Tooth Lily says it was.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Everyone is saying... I'm cracking the fuck up. Everyone is saying it was.
didn't feel deserved. Plus, the dishonest and manipulative nature of the main accusers showed that their motives were far from considerate. Any other claims against Spoctor didn't have enough evidence to begin with, so they were dropped or disproven. I have to stress how fucked Spoctor would have been if it wasn't for the work of people like Ponder and PK Russell, and the outcome did wonders for them. Before this, PK Russell was mostly seen as an outsider to the entire arc.
PK Russell jump scare. Part of me was just expecting, like, his balls to be flashed up on screen.
Oh, don't remind me. Holy shit, that New Year's Day.
I was a minor when I saw that. I was a minor. We were minors.
I don't know.
Oh no. Make a new community with clown. Thank you, Kyra Malta or Kyrex Malta for the $1.99.
community. Afterwards, he was far more respected and connected with others. As for Ponder, it's
Yeah, PK Russell posted his uncensored dick and balls and asshole on Twitter while he had minors following him.
undeniable she brought up a lot of points that helped in clearing Spoctor's name, and it was the video that made her career. It took a while for Spoctor to mentally recover from what had happened. His channel's numbers were all back, but he needed to get back into the swing of things. And whilst his videos from then were more of the same, things had changed. For one, Spoctor was now far more comfortable using facecam rather than stills.
It's weird. He used to, like, use his face in, like, half the videos, and then he just started putting on the raptor head a bunch. I wonder if he was doing that because he knew that he was, like, grooming a child.
I thought he was doing it because he wanted to be like, a furry so bad. Like he wanted like an actual head.
Oh, I'm sure he wanted head. He still tries to justify it. PK Russell does? Oh my god, wait, Jack, didn't you go on like a road trip with PK Russell? I feel like I remember that happening in 2018. I'm so sorry for you. Alleged cult leader, thank you for the £2. Why keep PK Loki shaped like the carrot from Cuphead? That's fucked up.
Although he would cover his face with a raptor mask. Spoctor's practically
You did? Oh, man. Fuck.
The instant Vindication also gave him a lot of momentum, and his channel started to do really well over the next 2 years. Gacha Life in 2019, and then Yandere Simulator in 2020 were his big hitters. By the end of 2020, that sub count was at over 300,000. Spoctor's content had changed for the better by then. He was
God,
less
I forget how big of a creator he used to be.
He used to be like really influential, like in the community at one point. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's so cool! I wanna draw art for him. Blah blah blah. I wanna edit for him. Yeah, yeah, yeah."
Oh, I remember his editors and his mods. Oh my god.
less snarky like before, and more comedic and grounded to an extent. His video style was far more laid back and tried to get to the core issue.
It illustrates the point that sometimes we gotta think about the context before we start throwing things willy-nilly.
You're... Just get a lav mic. Bro. Instead of recording your audio through a filtered head mask.
About, hey, you gotta credit this guy, or hey, you gotta take this down because someone said something, and when they really didn't say something, and you're just kind of throwing this out of your ass. We're not even defending someone who wants defense at this point. They just want to be left alone, and using their music isn't detrimenting their personal life.
Yet Spoctor still had a sort of immunity around him. A lot of the community had initially believed his allegations. When those allegations were proven false, they gave him more respect and support, not because he had made an outstanding video, but as a sort of penance for their actions.
Same thing happened with Hopeless Peaches. And Heaton. Both of them were dealt a shitty deal at some point that people believed in. And then, you know, they got their justice later on, and then people overcorrected and were unwilling to and over hesitant to criticize them, to call them out on shit they were doing. It happened to Hopeless Peaches, it happened to Spoctor, and it happened to Heaton. I don't think it's happening to me, thank God. I don't want it to happen to me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, I've admitted to being wrong in past live streams and past videos. I've apologized where I've needed to apologize for things. I just don't want an overcorrection again, because we see what happens when overcorrections happen. Well, to be fair, I also think that overcorrections happened on bad people to begin with, so that's part of why it ended up being so fucked. But you know the gist of it, of what I'm saying. An overcorrection is not a good thing. Because, I mean, the same fucking thing happened to George Raccoon. And that wasn't even false, but, like, people were convinced that it was false, and then they overcorrected on him, including his fucking victims. I fucking hate this shit. Oh my goodness. Holy donations. Spark Rizzle with the $4.99. Lore fact, I helped Spoctor with his DICE video in 2022, and I was the first 13-year-old friend he'd been with since 2018. You're 16 now. Oh my goodness. Spark Rizzle, I don't mean to be rude or to make you feel unwelcome, but this is what I would consider an adult stream. This is an adult topic, and I don't believe that you should get yourself involved with the stream. I would ask you for you to please take your leave. Again, not being rude. You can come hang out with whatever content I'm making once you're 18, but I don't think that it's appropriate to have a 16-year-old dealing with this topic right now. Oh, you'll go, okay. Yes, please go have fun. You are a teenager. You deserve to go have fun teenager times, not be concerned with all the adult predator drama that we're currently going over. Thank you for listening, though. Roly Poly Pie, isn't it super weird how people in the CC will be accused of things falsely only to then be guilty of the same crimes in the future? Why, yes. It is funny. Also, y'all, I'm thirsty as fuck. I'm gonna go grab a soda. I'll be right back, Mimi.
I'll entertain chat.
Yeah, everyone talk to Mimi. Ask her the most deepest personal questions you can think of.
All right. Hi guys. How you doing? Haven't been in a stream in like forever. Like disappeared off the face of the earth. How emotionally damaged are you about Mimi Douglas? Really damaged. It traumatized me every single day. What is my favorite book genre? Probably like fantasy. Have you ever watched Fluke? No, not yet, but I want to. Are you doing better now? Yeah, like I just graduated from university, so I came back holding like a pizza and seeing like all this shit go down. It's uncanny valley how many people got canceled already. What's the 3 numbers on the back of your credit card? 123. Cool. What major? I graduated in art. I have an art degree. Hooray! I'm currently working with a buddy to make a webcomic as well. That's gonna come out in October, so I'm excited about that. What's your opinion on the color cyan? It's a cool color. I mean, who's the better power duo, Jar or Dreadlocks, or Mally and Beckett? I don't know who those people are. I'm sorry. I don't know. What's your favorite color? Purple. Do you do any sports in school? I used to do track. I run. What's your favorite video game ever? That's a hard one. I guess Okami for the Wii. Do you regret becoming a furry? I don't know about that one because like my Sona is like a mix of like cartoon and furry. It's like an anthro. It's like somewhere in the middle.
I'm back.
Welcome back. People are like rapid firing questions at me.
Oh god, favorite bird.
Cardinal.
Real. All right, you guys, we're gonna continue. I hope Mimi entertained everyone. Hi, girly pop. What's up, Yen?
I am both a dog and cat person. I like both.
Bet real.
Spoctor as an adult would also still cover a lot of drama involving kids, which meant that those involved would always look up to him as the adult, and he started to handle topics like mental health, which were sensitive and risky to tackle for any YouTuber.
I forgot about Spoctor's therapist era.
For example, Spoctor covered the animator Birdie in around 2019. The title was Birdie, kid who represents problems with depression. And whilst he does look at the controversies in a fair way, he also seemed to be dehumanizing Birdie. For those who know the Birdie lore, this was before the grooming, before Dice, before anyone knew about the ferret stuff. So do you think it's fair to make several comments about how the 14-year-old Birdie was a heartless animal who you should treat like an irreparable exhibit?
I don't see Birdie as this awful person anymore. I just see Birdie as this animal. We should stop treating it like...
I'm sorry.
Birdie?
I see Birdie as this animal. Cloverleaf says it really well. Well, goddamn!
like it's something new, obviously. We should start treating Birdie as an example. We should stop trying to help her and look at her as some sort of exhibit that might...
Oh my god!
Exhibit?
An example, an exhibit.
Might sound inhumane, and maybe it is, but she's...
Maybe it's inhumane to view a mentally ill 14-year-old as a rabid animal that needs to be treated like an example in an exhibit.
as heartless as a goddamn animal. There are only things we can do to some sort of
What the
exhibit.
fuck?
That might sound inhumane, and maybe it is, but she's as heartless as a goddamn animal.
She's 14. Or also, it's he, because it's Birdie, sorry.
There are only things we can do to less activate.
What
Birdie.
the fuck did
Birdie's
I
so
miss
messed up
all
in the
these
head.
years?
She's almost...
I don't know. I wasn't around for this shit.
But she's as heartless as a goddamn animal.
Sedived, says Yen. Thank you for the £1.99.
There are only things we can do to less activate Birdie. Birdie's so messed up
Less activate, Birdie.
in the head, she's almost like an object. Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, did I hear that right?
Animal. There are only things we can do to less activate Birdie. Birdie's so messed up in the head, she's almost like an object.
I'ma press play. Goat cattle with the $2. Start digging in your butt, twin. Thank you.
Yelling at her.
Christ. You never bothered to watch the DID vid? I hear that the DID vid was bad. It's what got him in trouble.
Won't solve anything.
Again, I want to stress this was before a lot of the serious Birdie stuff came out. He was still 14 at the time. He'd still done some things wrong, but to act like there wasn't a chance Birdie could change at this point was pretty narrow-minded. Yet this was all largely...
That was so disgusting. Hi, Mr. Gamer.
...overlooked over the next few years. Spoctor's videos held strong, and he continued to do well as he went in...
He posted that with zero remorse. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? We need to stop treating this mentally ill 14-year-old like a human being. Yes, because that's what you do. Oh, my God. I'm just saying. Spoctor would have made... in your butt. Thank you, Yen, for the £1.99. Spoctor would have been great in state hospitals in the 50s and 60s. He would have been a great nurse. A great doctor.
Into 2021, but things were soon to change. As with every member of the ACC around this time...
Why is she fat?
One of Spoctor's most significant situations tied itself to the mega thread of drama that had been going on. To summarize as best I can, a creator by the name of Toby Majestic was in some hot water, expressed support for controversial creators, drew NSFW of characters who were minors after calling out someone else for doing the same kind of thing. Toby got some backlash, and in the midst of it, a creator named Hope the...
My mom is sneezing. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Peaches got involved. Peaches initially defended Toby's detractors, but changed to more of a neutral stance later on. But they kept talking about the situation, and backlash ensued. Mentally, they did not take this well. The allegations of dishonesty were then turned up to 100 when another creator named Prison Mate Luke accused them of basing their life to manipulate other people.
Oh my God. To be fair, I think Luke had a point. He shouldn't have gone about things the way he did. But I think it's fair to say, hey, you shouldn't be threatening your life on Twitter, or you shouldn't be like openly contemplating ending your life on Twitter. That's not a responsible thing to do with a platform. And had Luke just stuck to that, I think that would have boded far better for him.
The allegation had barely any basis, but a lot of people took it in their stride since hating Peaches was now popular. At this point, Spoctor came in with a video of his own. People were expecting him to be as fair as he always had been. After all, he had been pretty neutral when it came to covering Toby's whole situation. But when it came to Peaches, Spoctor's video was unusually hard.
I think there's a difference between being neutral and being objective. I don't think those are interchangeable necessarily.
In his video, he framed them expressing that they wanted to end their life as a sort of subconscious habit motivated by a care for public image. He also went on to place more fault on Peaches for this claim because they put their feelings online. His video was unusually
Sorry,
harsh.
I missed that.
In his video, he framed them expressing that they wanted to end their life as a sort of subconscious habit motivated by a care for public image. He also went...
No, it's just irresponsible. Don't do that. Don't worry your followers like that when they can't do anything.
Went on to place more fault on Peaches for this claim.
Mr. Gamer, it's never gonna end.
Because they put their feelings online. To some extent...
Everything Luke said was bad enough, but the audacity to be absolutely dog shit at Team Fortress 2 while saying it as proof he should never come back. Thank you, Cartoonji.
I get that you shouldn't do that.
Oh, God. Ceaseless enemy, I will live. I will be okay. Shit kind of sucks right now, but, you know, all the donations and everything have been really helpful in trying to save up to get the fuck out of here.
And you should treat your channel like a brand. But this was abnormal. Luke's claims about Peaches based themselves off no evidence and weak speculation. Spoctor then went on to say that Peaches should have responded less emotionally.
If this is where the drama ends, I'm willing to bite the bullet. But that's not where it ended. She kept going on about it.
And Luke, I wouldn't argue she was furthering the drama. I would rather argue that she's extremely over-emotional about what you said in your video, which is definitely a fault on her end, and it's its own criticism. And I feel like she should have just tried to move past it calmly instead of being aggressively upset about it.
Money makes me feel better based Chewy.
Again, a stupid point to make, because people were accusing them of manipulating others by using their life. People have the right to be mad at that stuff, especially if it's a baseless claim. And if that wasn't enough, Spoctor had used a video of them talking about their grooming as B-roll, while saying they couldn't handle relationships well.
Lio did expose Peaches, and it was for the same claim. Yeah, we know.
All this confused Peaches because they and Spoctor had a conversation before Spoctor released his video about them. In said conversation, he seemed to be a lot more calm. Well, until he released the video and said that he had to go after her for the sake of PR.
And the way he handled it genuinely angers me. In DMs with Peaches, he discusses how the evidence she provides him.
Harley's little baby voice, you guys. Oh, Harley was involved from too young of an age on YouTube.
Completely changes the narrative, then continues to make his video, where he says in DMs with her that his video misses the mark.
Oh, what the fuck? It wouldn't be good branding to be too nice to me. Yeah, it's all business in the end. This man's a sociopath. Harley mentioned that's oomph. Harley was a teenager. I know, Harley was so young during all this stuff. I feel so bad for Harley getting involved in all these things at such a young age. And having so much public scrutiny. Like, that was one of the things that, like... I don't think I've talked about this lore very much, but, like... One of the things that Prison Mate Luke did when, you know, going after Harley and Just Stop was to be like, you guys are responsible for this kid attempting suicide. And I went into his DMs, Prison Mate Luke's DMs, because we were cordial at the time. And I said, don't you ever fucking say something like that again. Especially about a minor, don't you ever fucking say that again. And take that video down. And then, you know, that video went goodbye. And I tried to get him to apologize to Harley and to Just Stop. But apparently, according to Harley, in a video I watched at the time, there was never an I'm sorry that escaped Luke's lips. Prison Mate L.
And doesn't defend her at all, where he says that he has to go off.
Oh, sorry, did I accidentally misgender Harley? Sorry. I think I got my pronouns confused between Luke and Harley. Yes, Harley does go by they, them. Vabzuisin. God, I'm gonna shit myself.
After her for the sake of PR.
This was an incredibly cowardly thing to say. Spock
Oh, God. I have to pull strings for the sake of PR.
had a much different standard for Peaches because that's what public opinion felt, not because it was lies. He was fine with being more charitable to those who were, at the time, worse than Peaches because the public hated Peaches. Again, do you not find this so ironic from the guy Vindicated after public opinion went against him? As Spoctor went through 2021, his momentum had slowed to a standstill and his past friends were nowhere to be seen. By late December, Fagos had been run off for stuff related to SA and lying. PK Russell was already known as kind of a freak by now, but Ponder was still around. As for Junkie, Spoctor's oldest friend, his career was crumbling due to his dishonesty.
Ah!
The worst of Junkie's actions came with
You okay, dude? You okay?
I don't want to hear about Heaton. Fuck this bitch. Fuck. Oh, you mean the ACC and SEC? I don't want to deal with Heaton. Huh?
It's okay. It's okay. We can just skim. We can skim.
Oh, I'm gonna speed up the speed a little bit.
the creator he'd lied about 3 years prior, named Hiten Mitsuru.
I need to turn on the fucking captions.
Back in 2018, during the story's Pentagon drama, a ranter named Fran had made a video attacking Spoctor, and had refused to take it down. After Ponder covered Fran's videos in a second part of the Spoctor series, Fran claimed that the video had given her a panic attack. But when Junkie went to Fran, she told him she was essentially faking the panic attack, and had taken down the videos for damage control. Hiten was—
Oh, that's not what happened. Oh, fuck. Sorry, I forgot to mention. That's not what happened. Junkie reached out to her at a later time, and she said she was fine. She can't watch the video, though. Which would insinuate that the panic attack was real, and that it would cause her a panic attack if she can't watch the video.
was making a video on Fran at the time.
Karen Mitsuru was fucked up.
And asked Junkie if she could use these screenshots in her video. He said yes. But despite that, Hitten's video was slammed. People were saying that she had gotten these screenshots through shady means and could not be trusted. And for these creators, this was a no-no. Unbeknownst to Hitten, other creators had talked to Junkie and asked him if he let Hitten have those screenshots. He gave a vague, weird answer.
Yes, Fran was a kid. I believe Fran was only 16 when Heaton went, and he and Ponder went all the way fucking after her. Like, I'm pretty sure that video is still up. Hold on.
Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, that first video, I remember.
I moan in that video.
Ah!
I was 16.
No. Yeesh.
Oh God. Yeah, we'll talk about that at another time, you guys. Oh, she already took it down. Never mind, the video's gone. Okay, well, let's go back to this.
To try and stay out of drama, and they interpreted this as a no. Junkie then neglected to correct the record for years, whilst Hitton was essentially thrown into the bus. She was completely cut off from other friends and branded as untrustworthy for years. It was only until late 2021 that she was able to show the full story, and the community torched Junkie. On December 19th, 2021, Spoctor made a video titled "My Former Community is Falling Apart." In said video, he talked about how the DeviantArt ranting community tore itself up with many controversies. His general idea was that it was cannibalistic, performative, and stupid, especially with Junkie.
Ruin one another in this community. It's because of this mindset that anger and wrath wins. Oh boy, you lied to people. To the gulag you go! Forget the good you did for people. Forget the fact that you basically built the foundation of my channel and helped me get on my feet, Junkie. You lied about people, and someone decided to out you for it. It's time to crucify you and make you walk on eggshells. I mean, look at the video calling him out.
I don't
Shut the fuck up, Spoctor. Literally no one was asking for you to do that.
want your disingenuous, half-hearted, slimy, bitch boy apology.
That's no way to treat people on a platform. Even if they've angered you, that aggression only serves to progress the issue. The amount of stress that you're putting on yourself by basically forcing yourself to get involved with that much wrath.
Why are you making me agree with Heaton? I fucking hate you.
Not worth the outcome. It's one thing when you cover
to the gulag you go.
Situation that's so far alienated from your personal life. It's another to cover shit that deals with your personal life. It's another to air your dirty laundry to an audience in a format that comes off uncalculated and disorganized.
Spoctor was very obviously downplaying Junkie's snide cowardice and dismissing Hitton's video as a mess. The issue was that by giving such a vague answer to what was such a simple question, just to avoid drama, Junkie had pretty much thrown her away and let the crows feed on her. A lot of people, including Hitton, took issue with the fact that Spoctor was tone policing her, having more issue with how she said it rather than what she said.
And then she tone policed me! Don't forget that. Don't forget that we hate Heaton and that she's a little bitch and that we hate her.
There were parts cut out where she described far more emotional
No, I know that, Mr. Gamer. But, like, you have to remember that she was only victim to this only a couple weeks, or about a couple weeks after she victimized me for coming out about Fagos. You have to remember that the time between her victimizing me and her being victimized was only like a 2-week period, and it took her years to admit that she was wrong in what she did. And even then, she made a billion excuses for it.
Interactions with far less emotion. And keep in mind, Hitton was only one of the many other creators who Junkie had also lied about. This obviously annoyed a lot of people who were aware of what was going on, as they felt that Spoctor was being pretty dishonest in his representation of Hitton. Spoctor would later make a correction in a pinned comment and promised he would also make a video clarifying this, but that video never came for months. Again, dishonest for him to not do so when it was such an easy correction to make. Spoctor's video talking about Junkie was what really got the ball rolling against him. His actions here sparked people looking back into the honesty of his coverage on Peaches the year before, and every time he was confronted about it, he seemed to slither away from the criticism. It was totally unlike how he presented himself in a way of considerate neutrality. That was very clearly a facade and only worked on the animation meme tweens. And speaking of them, during 2022, several members of the animation meme community, including the aforementioned animator Birdie, became involved with an online group known as DICE. DICE was a ring around a Discord server where young teenagers encouraged each other to harm themselves and anyone or anything they could. And for a couple of weeks...
What the fuck?
What is this?
Online group known as DICE. DICE was a ring around a Discord server where...
A ring around a Discord server where young teenagers... For those who don't belong, a cozy environment to meet new friends and others just like you. A family that gives you relentless support and is there for you no matter the time or occasion.
What?
What the hell is this?
Each other to harm themselves and anyone or anything they could, became involved with an online group known as DICE. DICE was a ring around a Discord server where young teenagers encouraged each other to harm themselves and anyone or anything they could. And for a couple of weeks, Birdie was a part of that. Spoctor would make a video on DICE and Birdie around this time, titled The Darkness Around the YouTuber Birdie. And again, to be fair, the DICE coverage seemed solid as he talked about the emotional and mental toll these actions would have on kids. But his second Birdie video goes out of his way to cover Birdie's controversies and seriously downplays a lot of his actions. This one...
What the fuck, even?
Seemed way more light on him in his past actions, even after all the degenerate stuff he had now done or admitted to. He also downplayed how much Birdie affected others whilst in DICE. But it doesn't stop there for Spoctor. Following the DICE video...
So he overcorrected from the fucking shit that he had said before about Birdie.
And seriously downplays a lot of his actions. This one seemed way more light on him in his past actions, even after all the degenerate stuff he had now done or admitted to. He also downplayed how much Birdie affected others whilst in DICE. But it doesn't stop there for Spoctor. Following the DICE video, Spoctor would open up a public DICE recovery server to any victims of the cult. The server, named Koi Pond, only had a few adults, one of them being Spoctor.
Oh my god, why were there children running this server? I'm pretty sure Spoctor has no experience in cult deprogramming. I'm pretty sure he didn't consult anyone for this. It doesn't sound like he did. Recommend the birdie vid that Toastify did. It's dark. Maybe we'll watch it at another point.
Already seems like a bad idea for a Discord server to have like a mental health recovery server done by basically no professionals from what I heard, but it seems that even the server setup was also not very well handled. I mean, they put Birdie on the fucking staff team. According to GoCasso,
Are you serious? Why? Thank you for the £2, Malta Chevron. And thank you for the $2, Goro. Remember, everyone, respect your triggers. Yes, please. Also, yeah, if any of this is triggering, please don't feel pressured to stay.
Setup was also not very well handled. I mean, they put Birdie on the fucking staff team. According to GoCasso, whom I talked to about this entire thing, Spoctor server had no vetting or—
Goat Cato! Ghost Cato! It's Ghost Cato, you guys!
Put Birdie on the fucking staff team. According to GoCasso, whom I talked to about this entire thing, Spoctor server had no—
They had a ticket system to verify people. Also, they didn't have anything to help. I'm gonna be so for real. The entire server was just public venting about their experiences and people giving advice. That was about it. Lol, wait, what? Nobody there was a professional or anything. So I was right. There were no professionals consulted. There was no actual people who specialize in cult deprogramming, fucking consulted. God damn it. Lacey Pink Landmine, thank you for the $5. Heat and Mitsuru, more like Sheet and Mitsuru. Love you truly, blessed be. Thank you.
No vetting or verification process for rage. None at all. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out how dangerous that is, especially in a place advertised for victims of abuse and grooming. Spoctor would—
Yeah, what the— Yeah, because unhealed victims are prime targets to be re-victimized. Fucking hell.
Also co-run the server with a user named Jinx, a former member of DICE who Spoctor had grown close with over the last few months. Strange considering Jinx had already abused their pet rabbit and had planned to kill it whilst in DICE.
What the fuck is wrong with these people? Keaton Shitsuru? Excretin Shitsuru? Please go take your shower. You were in the—
I understand they were in a cult, but Spoctor and Jinx's friendship was like on the level of found family to most of the observers. And this is not the person you should trust for running a server like this.
Yeah, why would you have a— Bro. None of this makes any sense.
GoCato also mentioned that Spoctor and Jinx's only vetting system in the server—
Huh?
The screenshot, the previous one, I want to read it real quick.
Observers.
Oh,
and this is not the—
This one?
Yeah, that one. Who the fuck is this? Go, not here to argue, I just want to know, are you aware of the fact that they killed a rabbit? Cool, sorry. Therapist says I shouldn't talk to you people. Bye.
Are you fucking kidding me? I fucking hate all of this. Spockstein Island is crazy. What the fuck? Oh my god, Mako-chan, thank you for the $2. Spockstein Island lore. This is— Oh my god, he ran from me.
the person you should trust for running a server like this. GoCato also mentioned that Spoctor and Jinx's only vetting system in the server wasn't for age, but for those—
Remember to like the stream, you guys, if you haven't already.
Was claiming DID, or dissociative identity disorder. They were specifically looking for those who were claiming—
Well, what was going on?
Observers. And this is not the person you should trust for running a server like this. GoCato also mentioned that Spoctor and Jinx's only vetting system in the server wasn't for age, but for those claiming DID, or—
What?
Huh?
Okay, I'm home. All right, so aside from Birdie, there weren't huge figures in that I can remember. I wasn't too active in there despite having a mod role for a day or two. What I saw in there wasn't like inherently evil or anything, but the verification process that they would do with systems was very odd. If I recall correctly, for a member joining claiming to have a system/DID, they would have to make a ticket with the moderators, and some would ask them how they realized they were a system, when they realized, etc. Just odd questions. Not mental health professionals, by the way, you guys. Not mental health professionals doing this. I'm not sure if I remember the general age rating for the server, but I know that most victims of DICE joined Koipon were usually young teens in retrospect. Probably not a good idea to have a huge server dedicated to victims of abuse grooming, as someone could join looking for those who were hurt in order to find more vulnerable, easy targets. Exactly! What the fuck? It wasn't cleared up that they didn't until later. Okay.
Or dissociative identity disorder. They were specifically looking for those who were claiming DID that hadn't originated from trauma. The reason I mention this is because it was around this time that Spoctor had made a video about DID. But like the Birdie video, Spoctor's video ended up being a mess. As you watch it, you realize the opinion in the video was formed more from screenshots and TikTok videos than actual research and academic papers. His best source through the video was Google, which again seems pretty insane for an in-depth video about a mental disorder, one that's been controversial amongst academics. But Spoctor seems
gonna go to sleep. Good night, Silver Crow.
Be treating himself as an actual reputable person with this. At one point he compares being drunk to DID, which even I, with my limited knowledge, found very outlandish. He wasn't talking about
What?
With this. At one point he compares being drunk to DID, which even I, with my limited knowledge, found very outlandish. He wasn't talking about alcoholism or something like that, just the state of being drunk. Additionally, his...
That's not what... Being inebriated is not the same as dissociating. You dumb bitch. Oh my goodness, GG Pixels, thank you for the $50. What the hell? Yeeting my paycheck at you. Thank you so much. Holy shit. Thank you. That is very sweet of you. Professor Dinosaur with his TikTok diploma. Please watch the re-upload of his DID video. Okay, I think during the part 2 of the stream, later tonight, because I noticed that I'm not waking up too much. Well, we're gonna continue the stream later tonight. So we'll probably watch it then. All right. We'll watch that first, and then we'll watch the second Spoctor video that's about Ponder from Toastify. Okay, let's continue.
His video also bounced in tone a lot. It felt like another funny hoo-ha internet cringe video wearing the superficial skin of a deep, considerate analysis on mental health. There are endless criticisms of this video, and if you're interested, you can hear people who actually have DID talk about it in more depth than I could ever provide. After some backlash, Spoctor would take down the DID video.
You might be home by then. What time will you get home? Go in like Pacific time.
And post people who actually have DID talk about it in more depth than I could ever provide. After some backlash, Spoctor would take down the DID video and post to his community tab apologizing. But by now, his blatant mishandling of mental health and recurring dishonesty had become...
I deleted my DID video. I'm sorry that it was ever uploaded. A large number of discussions with people in the community. It is clear that I jumped the gun on the topic. I likely should have kept my paws away. Do lizards even have paws?
Claws, maybe?
Yeah. Oh my god, I fucking hate this dude. I got too obnoxious and ended up falling flat on my face by not taking enough care into the subject and worrying too much about the video's performance as a result. And as a result, it was wrong on a different important angles. Fucking hell. In like 6 hours. Okay. Oh man. I think I might stream a little bit earlier than that. I think I might stream in like another 3 hours. Like my paws, silence reptile.
Somewhat of a pattern. The backlash from this and all the videos being made on him at the time was what broke the lizard's back. Spoctor soon posted a final video and announced he was stepping away from commentary. But
also, just again, like, GG Pixels, thank you so much. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, you guys. I'm, like, in the middle of saying thank you to GG Pixels again, and then all of a sudden, Gator Creation, thank you for the... I actually have no idea what this is. Let me look that up. Oh, it is Danish, okay. Thank you for the Danish dollaroos. I'm the one who censored the DID video, by the way. Oh my god. Get off my screen. Originally, Spoctor did not censor any usernames and faces, plus the intro, and later in the video, he just showed Lashy... Oh, Lashy Lit... What is that? What the hell is Lashy Lits? Also, thank you for the 100 Danish dollaroos. Jesus Christ. Oh, flashing lights. Okay.
But there was no apology.
Bruh.
Or change. His quitting video was mostly responding to other smaller creators who had made videos on him. And in a call with Hopeless Peaches and Lyle Convoy, friend of Peaches and at the time pedophile hunter extraordinaire, Spoctor would be questioned on his
good old Lyle.
Various mistakes and seemed to brush them off or double down.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Okay. Have you turned your voice meter off?
No.
I think you need to.
No, I'm good.
You think this is funny?
Yes.
Why?
I do.
No, why?
Because I don't care.
You don't care. Do you know what we're here talking
No,
about?
not really.
You don't care.
I have really nothing to lose. I've done nothing wrong.
You've done nothing
I've
wrong.
made a few mistakes, and I'm not going to be put through the ringer for it.
The dissonance between saying I've done nothing wrong immediately followed up with I've made a few mistakes. Kill this reptile immediately.
Sure.
You guys are literally about to make a whole ass video on some, like, superstitious, like,
Superstitious.
shit that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Who's you guys and what
I
video?
don't care anymore.
So if you're coming in here just to be flippant and be sarcastic, I mean, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. We're not here to drill you specifically about your DID video. We're here to talk to you about some of your content.
Okay.
Lio doesn't act like this anymore. This is strange. This is like seeing a former incarnation of a friend.
So what's the purpose of all these shenanigans exactly?
Let me just put it this way. You're talking to someone who has nothing to lose. I've stopped caring about YouTube. I've heard a lot of terrible things about you guys from other creators, and I quite literally don't want to deal with your bull. How about that?
What BS have you heard?
What the fuck?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think
What
it
the
does.
fuck is this
Because if your
called?
friends are sitting there crying
Like, what is any of this?
about things that you have no real evidence for, I think that's kind of silly, don't you?
Evidence? I'm not outing you. I'm not outing you.
You don't have
Yeah,
to
I
out
know.
somebody when you make a claim. What have you heard?
I mean, it's sort of based on what I've heard, what I've seen, and
Let's hear
how
it.
I've been treated. So I'm not
Treated by whom?
really in the mood to.
Treated by whom? Because this is the first time I've spoken to you.
It's not the first time I've seen you in my comments.
I'm sure it's not, but this is the first time I've spoken to you. So what have I said to you? How have I mistreated you?
This is the first time you've spoken to me.
Yes, directly. This is the first time I've spoken to you. So what have I said to you that you think is so abhorrent?
I mean, I could pull up the comment, but I really don't care.
No, you do care. Otherwise, you wouldn't be talking like this.
Huh.
What did I say that you find so
You
egregious?
guys have a great day. I don't care.
I'd rather be honest and say,
What the fuck was that?
He sounds so, like, asshole-ish. Like,
Yeah, he's such a pompous dickhead. He sounds like that, like, spoiled rich child that, like, never learned to have empathy for anyone in the world. Oh, dear God.
or didn't care, or
Yo, who else is in call? Mimi Diggs is in the call with me right now. Say hi, Mimi.
hey, what's up? Hi.
Shout out Mimi Diggs. Go follow them on Twitter. They post really cool art.
Yay. I'm so cool.
Spoctor decided to troll that he couldn't hear either of them and crunched a bag of chips against the mic, then dipped. What the fuck?
oh well, I'm friends with them, or
Would you
any
really
other.
want me to be honest?
I would much rather you be honest because that's why I'm asking
I mean,
you.
I guess like I said in the last call, I do have nothing to lose. I just
He's not 30 yet. He can't have empathy. Fuck. Dude, I hate men's relationship to empathy because they just never get it. Like, half the time, they just never develop empathy. It's like, fuck. That's why I think ego death is such, like, a stupid concept. Because it's like, I think ego death is just part of growing up, but you have to get high? You have to get high on fucking hallucinogenics? Fuck you. Sorry.
combination of like, oh, it's like not really super directly related to my life, and also I know Creepshow a little bit better than I knew you at the time, so I would take a buddy's word over yours.
Would you take a friend's word over literal proof?
If they're a friend, I like to hold their value, the value of their words somewhat high. It's just kind of how I operate.
After this, he would
Spineless bitch.
apologize and log off indefinitely. In the
I'm sorry, Peaches, for how I acted yesterday and onward. I'm going to seek mental help. This was the last you will hear from me as Spoctor. Thank you guys for everything.
after Spoctor leaving, opinion on him was still split. Some people felt he was level-headed for how he stepped away, others thought he deserved to leave. I feel drawn towards the last.
£1.99. You know what never dies? Brat Summer. Shout out to Brat Summer. Spoctor needs his shroomies to do videos.
Spoctor put up a facade of genuine intentions, but he was very obviously biased. A lot of the points he made were just to appeal to the crowd or to those he was working with. It wasn't fair coverage, and he positioned himself as an expert despite clearly not knowing a lot. Even his Creepshow art video basically shows him just confidently laughing as a lawyer. Spoctor's career shift wasn't maturing. It was.
I forgot about that, where he was talking about how Creepshow art used, like, sleazy tactics that, like, fucking prosecuting lawyers use.
Skinwalking. Left untouched, his channel.
Whoa! That's a loaded term.
Fade into the background for the next few months.
Sorry, that comes from Native American cultural beliefs. You're not supposed to say the name of that creature.
but no one imagined that he'd be gone for long. Sometime along the line, he'd probably pick things back up, maybe if it was just for fun. He destroyed his reputation, not his life. Back in 2019...
Whoa, 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 whoa! What did that say again? The drive downstream. Fuck.
Back in 2019, new allegations had been made against Spoctor. They never got far.
Yeah, it was basically just like, it's for court, basically.
Only from a girl claiming to be a former associate of Spoctor, known as Shy Gal. She had contacted a small commentary YouTuber named Manis, who made a video documenting her claims. Shy Gal claimed that she discovered that Spoctor, who was 17 at the time, had been sexually interacting with a 14-year-old fangirl of his named Spoctor, and that they went way back to when...
What do those say? I'm sorry about all that. This was recent. So you lied? I did it again, blank. You're the most disgusting piece of shit I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. I was nice, I was civil, I trusted you, and you pull a lie out of your ass? I won't say anything. I have morals. I'm a disgusting piece of shit. Dude, I have an idea. I know. How about you fuck off? Okay, hold on.
Spoctor, who was 17 at the time, had been sexually interacting with a 14-year-old fangirl of his named Spoctor, and that...
Spoctor. Yep. This is about Spoctor now. Tech continued the relationship for about a week after turning 18 until Fish had a mental breakdown. I believe they have a 4-year age gap. The swimming began when he was 16 and she was 12, and it went on for 2 years.
They went way back to when Spoctor was 16 and Spoctor was 13. Shy Gal claims Spoctor and Spoctor's relationship continued past Spoctor turning 18, only ending when Spoctor had a mental breakdown. Shy Gal also claimed that Spoctor possessed...
He used a few girls for moaning calls, constantly cheated on his partner, always said he changed but never did, received nudes that were saved onto a flash drive of a 14-year-old girl while he was 17, had her blame herself for having feelings for him, and is an incompetent person in general when it comes to solving
flash
problems.
Drive containing explicit pictures of Spoctor from as far back as her being 13. In a screenshot of a message between the two in September 2019, Spoctor...
I have an immense regret. I'm so sorry for overreacting and being so dependent on you. A while ago, I crushed, snapped, and flushed my flash drive down the toilet. I should have kept my distance. Ew! This is about a child. No recovery, they're gone. I can't be who I was anymore.
Claimed to have crushed and snapped this flash drive before flushing it down the toilet. But surely this couldn't be true.
This is about me. He was just using me to satisfy his fucking fantasies. An underage girl who moans cutely for him. I'm gonna fucking just bang my arms. Please don't. Why shouldn't I? I'm shaking and I just want to stop. Because I'm here to help you through this. No, I want to do this to myself. Deal with this myself. What the fuck? Oh, God. This is so... Ew! Sorry, I'm not saying ew at the kid. I'm saying ew at this situation. I feel horrible for Spoctor. Mm-hmm. Like, she's directly acknowledging, I'm an underage girl who moans cutely for him. Nothing is worse when you realize you have been just a means to a sexual end for someone older. That someone older has completely taken advantage of you in a way that you're unable to consent to. It is one of the worst feelings in the world.
I mean, Spoctor had been cleared last time. Well, that's how those who initially saw this video took it as, despite the far more incriminating...
I mean, like, when was the last time you did stuff with Tech? Just the other day we had a call and did, and I just felt weird again and faked an orgasm to end it quicker.
Along with context, there was not enough proof that the girl was actually the age that the Shy Gal
hate
claimed.
what I'm stuck in. Jesus Christ! This kid!
So Manis' video was overlooked, bombarded with dislikes, and forgotten by the community. But unknown to Manis, Spoctor was watching and panicking.
Unfortunately, Rari Starstorm, it seems like she's still in contact with him.
In January 2020, Spoctor joined a call with the names Junkie and Faghost, made as a result of Manis' video. Inside said call, he admitted to a sexual relationship he had with Spoctor that began when she was only 13 years old. Spoctor then confirmed that for some time after he had turned 18, he had the flash drive containing Spoctor's nudes on his desk. Keep in mind, at this time, he was still 18 years old. That flash drive had only been destroyed a few months ago.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
This is so fucked. And, like, I know this story already. But, like, just seeing all, like, the fucking evidence in full Technicolor from, like, Manis' video is so evil. Kawi Girl, 886, thank you for the $5. Straight to the void for anyone who does this to anyone. Exactly. And there's still people out there trying to give Spoctor the benefit of the doubt, and it's like, shut the fuck up.
What the fuck are you guys talking about? What are you getting at here?
Something that's bothering me. You've known this girl for a while.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, and Like, very early on, we all first started talking to Spooter when she was, like, 12.
Why were you talking to a 12-year-old? Junkie was like 19. What a lineup for a call. 3 predators. We love seeing a trio of predators. This is what I call an unholy trinity. Fuck my life.
12, 13, yeah.
12, 13.
Yes. Oh, I see what this is about. Okay.
Yes, I want to know.
Oh, I see what this is about. Shut the fuck up. I fucking hate this man. Oh my god, I fucking hate him. Sorry.
All good.
I'm losing my mind, Mimi.
Oh, man.
The full story.
You want to know the full? Is that all this is about? Because
that's it.
I really don't want this getting out because.
Fago's thinking they would be fine after keeping this call secret for as long as they did before just tossing it to Lio and trying to slink back into the alleys of the internet is fucked. Team Rocket of Epstein's Island. Team Epstein is blasting off again.
It's just a bunch of like
Oh
shit that
my
I want to
God.
move past because it's
I know.
a mistake I made, and I want to be able to move past it. That's all this is. Because you guys know I'm a stupid fucking idiot, and I do horny shit.
Yes.
But
I do horny shit like break the law. Sicko Taco, the Three Stooges. Yeah, the Three Stooges also groomed children and sexually assaulted people. Fuck.
not a fucking pedo, and I know I'm not a pedo. Yeah, I was like
Spoctor is a pedophile.
16. She was 13. It's only a 3-year age gap. Her and I.
Only a 3-year age gap. He says, no, that age gap is fucking weird and it's illegal even in your home state, brother, of Virginia. You're not allowed to have carnal knowledge of a 13-year-old in your state, stupid. Romeo and Juliet laws only allow a person of your age at 16 to have sexual relations with someone as early as 15. Stupid! God, I fucking hate this.
Very close friends. Naturally, how I acted back then. There's this fling that started.
Yes, he lives in Virginia.
You know, like obviously since I was 16 and it ended when I was 17. Did it get graphic?
Yes.
It ended when I was 17. Shut the fuck up.
Admittedly, yeah, but you know, it's all gone. I don't want it anymore.
Hi, Clown. Hi, Kylie. Hi, Truly. Have a good stream. Hi. Thank you.
Don't want to associate with it anymore. It's disgusting. Even I look back on it and I'm like, why? Especially like after I turned 18, I was like, I had the drive. It was like sitting on my counter, and I looked at it and I was like,
oh my god. Fuck my life.
Why do I still fucking have this? Because it was not too long after her and I like we stopped talking.
You guys aren't in a fling anymore.
No, we're just on good terms because it's better to be on good terms with someone that hated you.
And there's the grooming. And there is the grooming admittance. Even right there. Keep in mind, he had to have groomed this girl into doing things with her. And like we saw from the screenshots that she herself had caught on to the fact that she was being taken advantage of. And here he's admitting to his stupid little laugh he says does after every yeah, exactly. And here he says it's good to be on good terms with someone who hated you. Why would you want to be on good terms with someone that hates you unless you know that you did something wrong and you're trying to stop them from hating you? It's because he knew that she could out him. And she knew that she was being taken advantage of, and he groomed her back into being his friend. He groomed her back into being around him and not saying anything.
Besides, as I get older, I start looking back on it, and I'm like, I look at my sister, and I'm like, she's 15, and I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with me? Yeah.
I'm sorry, huh? Did you hear that?
Yep, I heard that.
I look at my sister, and I'm like, she's 15, and I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with me?
Slowly realizing you're a pedophile and then giggling. You know, I just looked at my 15-year-old little sister and I was like, damn, I'm jerking off to a girl her age. Maybe I should stop. The Jurassic period will forever be stained now, knowing the only dino to escape the meteor turned out like this. Fucking hell.
You know what I mean?
Spoctor is a pedophile. I just want to make that clear. He likes kids.
Yeah.
My sister is her age, and I'm just like, just want to be able to forget about it.
If it was just between you guys when you were 3 years.
No, Angie, I'm pretty sure Spoctor has a little sister.
Or minors.
Yes.
As long as like that video that Manus made doesn't go out even further, and no one says anything, because I'm not gonna look at it. I'm not gonna do anything. I looked at it. I'm like, whatever. I'm done with this.
Joseph, your name should be on a stone in a field somewhere. So I can go and piss on it. Mako-chan, thank you for the $2. Gotta go to work now. Wood chipper for Colin Spockstein. Wood chipper for Colin Moorfield. That is his full name. Fuck his anonymity.
When I was a minor, I had a lot of flings with other minors. I mean, but
When I was a minor, I got nudes of a lot of other children. Shut the fuck up! I fucking hate you!
I'm 18. I'm strictly 18 plus. Okay.
Bullshit.
Literally, it's destroyed. I fucking crushed it. I wiped it. I formatted it and crushed it.
Can you take a picture of it and show us that you did crush it?
I flushed it down. Dude, this was.
Literally,
Do you know this was like, ages ago, right?
This was like.
This was ages ago.
Yeah.
This was like the beginning of 2019.
It was not the beginning of 2019. It was the middle of 2019.
Pretty much.
All right then.
I don't know.
Besides, even if you ask for pictures, what would I do? I could just take another buy a flash drive and crush it and say, "Oh, here's your proof."
I could totally fake proof that I've gotten rid of the CSEM that I had in possession that I got when I was 18. Haha, aren't I funny? Die!
Here's proof, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
In this call and throughout various other conversations, Spoctor has directly lied multiple times, and to this day these lies have created excuses for him to be forgiven. The main
Like, people like Malcolm and Cy use, people like goddammit Malcolm and Cy Scribbles use.
claim that he says in the call and repeats to Shy Gal and a video archivist named Nice Stories is that he and Spooder were just friends. Any sexual interactions he had with her
Welcome back, alleged cult leader. It's illegal. It's not drama. Exactly.
long ago, and what was shown here was the last of it when he was still
He easily could have still been looking at the pictures on that flash drive without saying anything to anyone, which is my problem. Exactly. He just, like, flat out admitted he could fake the proof.
17, not yet an adult. These are all blatant lies. In Manus's video, he shows a number of flirty and sexual DMs between Spoctor and Spooder.
Ew. Okay, I don't want to read these out.
The date on them is seen as after Spoctor would have turned 18. Spooder would have still been 14. Not only that, but conversations leaked on Kiwi Farms just before Manus's video showed that Spooder said after Spoctor turned 18, he was still on calls with her and reminiscing on their relationship together. But hey, Manus, Kiwi Farms, you might be thinking that these are all unreliable places and claims. So how about a confession from the man himself?
Why Sai involved herself in this after the fact when it had nothing to do with her 43 years old, lol.
In DMs with Pontus Rocket all the way back in mid-2019, Spoctor confirmed that he'd received nudes from Spooder whilst he was 18. How long ago did you guys share pictures? Just after I turned 18 was the last time. So you sent pictures after you turned 18? No, I was kind of hesitant in that, but she sent something. This immediately dispels the major...
So you sent pics after you turned 18? No. Did you ask her to send something? Stupid me. Yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a problem. I know, but I'm not doing that shit anymore. I've heard rumors that Malcolm doesn't think that this is evidence of Spoctor admitting to asking for CSEM as an 18-year-old.
He literally said, I'm not doing that anymore.
Understatement of the fucking century, Ponder. My fucking god. If you don't think this is proof, I'm sorry, you're stupid. Like, you're dead ass just dumb. Back in the 80s called They Want You Back. God. Thank you, Tico Taco.
defense that people have made for Spoctor, that he was still a minor at the time and still naive. He absolutely knew it was wrong, and his lies to cover it up are evident. Hell, even in the DMs with Nice Stories, he tells them...
What's the claim about you had a flash drive that allegedly contained contained child, you know, CSEM? I should note this is an accusation, and since the screenshots where he said the flash drive was destroyed did not specify if it contained nudes. Well, yeah, it had porn on it, a mix of things. Either way, it's not in my possession anymore, and I'm happy it's gone. Did it have, you know, CSEM? That is the accusation. Just porn, not that. Besides, they can't even back that up. Or they can't even back up that shit, so like, whatever. I'm just letting the video fade into obscurity. Are you worried that other people may pick up the video over time? I mean, it's still up. This is so fucked up.
But the flash drive never had any illegal material on it.
Like, y'all are seeing here that he's willing to just lie.
That's another lie. And I don't think I need to explain to you why what he did was wrong. It's a given. So, to clear up any confusion, Spoctor started dating a 13-year-old when he was 16. Their relationship continued up until Spoctor was 18 and the girl was 14. She was mentally ill, socially isolated.
The relationship was also considered okay because something all high school together at that age in Malcolm's stream, if I remember correctly. If that's the case, that's just fucking evil and wrong. Like, that's unironically fucked up.
And the only reason Spoctor broke up with her is because she had a mental breakdown. Yet he still kept in contact with her. After he turned 18, he continued to sexually DM her and receive explicit pictures from her, and kept explicit pictures from when she was 13. Spoctor has directly lied about the nature of this entire situation to other people. Spoctor's admission call stayed hidden for years until April 2023. Fago,
Topaz, you cut that out.
The recorder shared the recording out of guilt to the YouTuber Lyle Convoy. He would soon release a video titled "The Darkness Behind the Use of Spoctor Tech," including this call. The reveal didn't contain all the information we've seen here, but enough to condemn Spoctor. The flash drive alone implicates him, and it definitely hit hard at the community and Spoctor's audience. He was the guy who, for them, had beat the allegations. His previous situation was treated as a gold standard of sorts. Little did they know, Spoctor hadn't learned from his close brush with death, and was still the sick freak they once believed him to be.
Fucking taxidermy.
Spoctor soon made a public statement about the situation, in which he made a number of direct comparisons to what had happened in 2018. This isn't my interpretation. He directly says Lio and Peaches were just as bad as Pentagon and Stories. He also talked about how...
Can I read this shit? Like, hold on.
Yeah, sure.
I cannot believe you guys are doing this to me again. All of you are doing it again. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to defend myself again from things I couldn't in 2018. Spoctor is not a monster. Spoctor is not a pedo. Why is he referring to himself in the third person? Ew, Spoctor, where my hug at tech. That's fucking ew. You all have none of the information right. None of it. You are making me relive days I wish I never had to. It was a complicated and horrible dark point in my life between me and Spooter as minors. And as you and as an adult. Lio and Peaches are just as bad as Pentagon and Stories, and they're taking a situation they don't understand and throwing so many falsities into it thinking they're correct. I am not what they say I am. My sister I talked about in the Discord, so you're... Yeah, in the Discord call 3 years ago. I was referring to my actual biological sister. Exactly, yes. Yes, see, he was referring to his biological
This isn't my interpretation.
sister.
He directly says Lio and Peaches were just as bad as Pentagon and Stories. He also talked about how people didn't understand the situation, and noted that he and Spooter had grown past everything. She
Yeah,
was now
it's
stunned
weird,
at anyone attacking
Angie.
Spoctor.
My adopted sister you people keep talking about was just a close friend I talked to. She and I were nothing more than friends. She just started calling me that publicly after I left YouTube for some reason. She and I cut contacts months ago, and we do not talk anymore. She knew me well, but she isn't family. Spooter and I are both victims of grooming, and we had moved on together and grown up and matured. Spoctor knew it was wrong and illegal to get nudes of a child. So you gotta talk like Sephiroth? What cult leader, my guy? Toastify low-key ate him up in this video. True. The person that hated me was someone named Siren, who took a bunch of false info and tried to smear me because she couldn't go over the fact I didn't love her back. Ooh, I love the "it's just a jealous ex" accusations. I totally didn't deal with that with my groomer. Shut the fuck up, Spoctor.
Spoctor also notes that he and Spooter had both been groomed when Spock was 16. He ends up acknowledging that the age...
She and I were both groomed as minors. I was 16. Adults encouraged us to be sexual, and they told us it was okay. Some of them even participated at Ew. Not too long, 18, I realized I still had a small drive. Yeah, see, there he's just lying. Full of our prior news and other NSFW material we exchanged and said, fuck, I need to get rid of these. That's just a bold-faced lie. Yes, the age difference was extreme. I know. I was young and I didn't know any better. You definitely knew better. Definitely knew better. I'm sorry, hold on. Let's pull up the thing to show that he knew better.
Boys, they are grooming. They are told direct.
Okay, here we go.
Technically speaking, if what Atari said earlier is to be believed, Spoctor is guilty of these. Want to know how? Because he took and sent a nude of himself.
Thanks,
Let
Yen.
that sink in, people. Spoctor just turned 17 this April. The same month these videos are coming out. Actually, if I'm going to guess, I think the nudes were probably sent when he was 16. For the majority of his channel's popularity, he was 16. Spoctor is a minor. Legally speaking, he's a child. In taking a nude of himself and...
Do I bring up Onision's husband, who is a victim and is now an abuser too? Exactly. You can start out as a victim. The victim becomes the abuser in some cases. If the victim remains unhealed and enters a position of power, they become the abuser. Or they can, at least.
Sending it to another minor of his age group, he created and distributed child porn.
Oh, there it is in black and white. Let's hear that again, you guys.
Legally speaking, he was 16. Spoctor is a minor. Legally speaking, he's a child. In taking a nude of himself and sending it to another minor of his age group, he created and distributed child porn.
Oh, so like he knew exactly what it was.
Did you know that was illegal? Because most teenagers don't. Most teenagers don't view themselves as children, so they don't think that sexual images of themselves would be legally counted as child pornography. There have actually been teenagers charged with texting out nude images of themselves. This even still happens in states where the age of consent is lower than 18 because sexual images of anyone under the age of 18 is still considered child pornography. Now,
wow. So for pretty much the entirety of him being a 17-year-old, he knew it was illegal.
I understand why this law exists. I understand why it's upheld. Discounting your own opinion of this law, this is what
Why are we acknowledging dislike of a law preventing minors from creating CSEM of themselves?
Ari is condemning Spoctor for. She's not even acknowledging that his crime legally involves turning himself into the victim of the crime. Surprising how...
Victim and perpetrator, because he was sending it to a more vulnerable, younger minor who cannot consent with any minors their age. Oh
a little bit of additional context can shed a completely new light on the situation. Look, I won't argue that Spoctor...
I hope it's not offensive to play this in the background while doing things because this angers me so bad since Spoctor is sounding a lot like my groomer, because Spoctor is a groomer.
Shouldn't be sending out nudes to other teens. But don't you dare hide away any part of the situation that might make it morally or legally gray. We do not live in a black and white society.
This isn't...
Okay, so that I didn't know any better. Shut the fuck up, Spoctor. I had little to no social experience in my life and wasn't really easy to tell what's right from wrong. Shut the fuck up. I was 18. I'm now 22-year-old. I'm now 22 years old, man. I have had a lot of time to learn what is right from wrong. All of this is from so many years ago, and it's shit I've still not been able to process to this day. I would say I'm surprised, but ultimately I'm not. You commentary people genuinely do not see other humans as people, and that's why I left. Say what you want about me, call it an asshole, sure, but I am no goddamn groomer pedo. Spooter and I were both victims of many, many awful people that actually were.
Age gap was extreme, but he was young, didn't know. Also notes that he and Spooter had both been groomed when Spock was 16. He ends up acknowledging that the age gap was extreme, but he was young, didn't know any better, and it wasn't easy for him to tell right from wrong. Spoctor would sign off with a foreboding warning to young influencers, and soon after delete.
Anyways, here's me and Spooter, the victim, discussing our past and this whole situation yesterday. She's bewildered you're all still trying to fucking attack me for this shit. Laya will not get this victim to come forward because she has no interest in helping you smear me when she and I were both victims of our own monsters. Spread this around, please. I do not have the energy to make another video. I quit YouTube. I will not come back, and if I do, I certainly will not post about it here. Being an influencer has been a parasite on my mental health for over 3 years, and it all built up to this grand end where I violently shake and physically panic at the thought of even opening social media. To be a young influencer, your mistakes as a kid will haunt you forever. Oh, don't be a young influencer.
No. His statement was not well received at all.
Bro using the victim as a shield, literally.
There are good reasons for that. The premier point was the comparisons to Stories and Pentagram that were so dishonest when you look at the two situations side by side. Stories and Pentagram had been planning out an expose against Spoctor for months. Lyle shows proof that he only received the information a few days before he made his video. Stories and Pentagram conspired to intentionally obscure Stories' age to make Spoctor look worse. Lyle showed a video where Spoctor, of his own volition, admitted to everything and was cracking jokes about it. There are very little similarities here, apart from Spoctor.
The immensely young and vulnerable victim is still in my grasp and says it's not a thing This is not the thing it is. So, yeah, literally, like, oh, but my victim that I groomed, that I admitted to keeping around because I didn't want her to hate me, doesn't think that this is a bad thing. Who I've primed to think that both of us were victimized, and I was manipulated into taking advantage of her. Shut the fuck up, Spoctor. Shut the fuck up, Colin.
To being accused of inappropriate behavior. It feels very much like a desperate callback to the time he was innocent. Also, the screenshots he provided show a very different reaction that Spooder has. In the community tab, she's painted out as mortified and bewildered, but here she just says she doesn't really care. Even in these DMs, he doesn't really give her that much information.
I'm canceled again now if you didn't know. What the fuck happened? You and me again somehow got out. I didn't even it wasn't
About
you.
it all. His other major point states that he was groomed around the same time as Spooder when he was 16. This
like Ponder fucking letting Spoctor back in because she got you to ask him to let him back in. Sorry, I'm just yeah, it's bad.
seems unlikely, especially considering his propensity to lie. But presuming that it did happen, that doesn't excuse him. In fact, it only adds to the fact that a lot of groomers and predators begin as victims of those same crimes. And Spoctor's statement said a lot, but at the end of the day, the allegations were all true. It's very clear that he shouldn't have been around minors with a record like that, especially if he stated that he didn't know how to tell right from wrong. Again, I want to stress that not only did Spoctor run a Discord server of recovering minors from a cult, but he got incredibly close with one of them whilst working on videos. After Spoctor left YouTube, he
God.
record like that, especially if he stated that he didn't know how to tell right from wrong. Again, I want to stress that not only did Spoctor run a Discord server of recovering minors from a cult, but he got incredibly close with one of them whilst working on video.
That's fucking creepy.
After Spoctor left YouTube, he rebranded his Discord account and was found again on Twitter under the name of Sphinx Tech, still going to conventions. There are also videos of him wearing masks for puppy play, which I believe is linked.
Ew! I don't want to kink shame, but like, you're a pedophile, and I don't want to see you in BDSM
to sexual
gear.
interests like BDSM. Spoctor's bio still describes him as a software engineer and former influencer. His account still exists to this day, and you can find it, but its activity...
You can't find it anymore. I mean, well, you can, but it's privated because I fucking ratioed him and called him a pedophile.
He has been very here and there. The last tweet was on April 2nd, 2024, but the last retweet was of a post from the month before this video's gone out.
Ew, that's him. Ew, he's tiny. We could kick his ass. I just say, what the fuck is going on with the people here? This is so weird.
Wouldn't be surprised if he still...
Alleged cult leader, thank you for the £2. Seems like Tech has no technical thinking skills. Thank you.
Keeping an eye on things. His story was a lot. You can say that it was avoidable, incredible, fraudulent. But above all else, what I found was a recurring theme of false narratives and failure of expectations from everyone. From the beginning, people like Pentagon and Stories presented their experience as something it wasn't. Their true intentions were revealed to be malicious. On the other end, there was Spoctor. We first saw him as a sardonic prick making fun of kids, only for his embarrassing private messages to be put on blast everywhere. His voice itself began disguised and manipulated. Then he switched to showing himself more as a considerate person, understanding yet neutral and fair. That also turned out to be a complete front, with the bias getting heavier. And even to the bitter end, he tried to present his degeneracy as if it was something it wasn't. Perhaps too fitting for someone who made content through the character of a lizard. With Spoctor, the truth seems to have been far too often camouflaged, hidden in plain sight. Yet the theme of false...
Damn! Got his ass!
And here. It's been a long while to get to where we are. We've covered over 6 years of history so far. But what began as a surface-level look into Spoctor's career has led into finding a cover-up regarding Spoctor's relationship with a minor. Turns out that several large creators in the ACC turned a blind eye to what happened, and in
RCC James Charles, that's fucked.
some instances, enabled and advised him. And in part 2 of this video...
Oh, there it is.
We will be discussing these leaks in detail. Until then, thank you for watching, and until next time, stay safe and stay toasty.
Alright, you guys. I think we're gonna end stream for now. I'm gonna come back at 4:30 Pacific time. So that's in exactly 2 hours and 20 minutes. So we'll be back at 4:30 p.m. Please show up again, because I would love to see all you guys. How many hours? We've been streaming for 2 hours and 10 minutes. Thank all of you who tuned into the stream. We'll be back in a couple hours to watch Beyond Ponder's Silence, the Spoctor Tech Conspiracy. Alright, you guys. I'll see you then. Bye, everyone. And also, say bye to Mimi Diggs.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Woo! Okay. Okay.